Me now, Infrastructure Capital Management CEO and CIO, Jay Hatfield. Jay, the sector that you feel is best poised to grab the recovery trade.
We think, thanks first of all, Liz, for having me on your show. We think that many REITs, particularly ones who didn't benefit from the pandemic, but really benefit from a recovery, are well positioned. So those would be retail REITs, hotel REITs, and certain office REITs, particularly ones with focuses that focus on life sciences. You cannot make vaccines in your bathtub.
Yeah, you need the big warehouse space for sure, and that way it really does sound smart when you target it that way. But Jay, I hear conflicting opinions about whether REITs are a positive trade in a rising rate cycle versus a negative trade. I mean, obviously you don't seem to be too concerned about that, but can you make your case to people who say, wait a minute, why is he picking REITs when rates are going higher?
Well, that's why I didn't say generically REITs, because certainly the REITs with low what's called capitalization rates or high valuations, which was true of industrials and company REITs that benefited from the pandemic, those would be interest rate sensitive. But the sectors I mentioned are still depressed relative to pandemic levels. So we think there's more upside from recovery than there is from downside from interest rates. And I would add, we're relatively bullish about rates not going down, but stabilizing in this 3% 10-year area. So we think that these REITs will continue to do well. And there's been some buyout activity from the big private equity real estate investors, too, with some of these undervalued companies.
Yeah, we've got just a few seconds left here, Jay. Do you like equities here?
We're somewhat neutral on equities. One thing, though, that a lot of investors don't appreciate is they're afraid of quantitative tightening. Well, we've already had $800 billion of quantitative tightening this year alone through open market operations of the Fed. So we think a lot of the bad news is priced in the market, and if you select stocks carefully, ones with dividends, you'll be fine.
Okay. Jay, it's great to have you. Jay Hatfield of Infrastructure Capital. That's going to do it for us.